of luck to our recording is in now progress. Great. So we've got let me just announce the teams. We've got Korea 2 on-side proposition, and we've got China 1 on-side opposition. I assume we've got everyone here. As per usual, time yourselves. I'll cut you off at 4 minutes 30 for substantive speeches and 3 minutes 30 for reply speeches. But without further ado, welcoming Prime Minister to begin our grand final.
Assuming I'm audible and visible, I'd like to start my speech in 3, 2, 1. Judge, the opposition is painting a world where they show no respect toward the individual and the passions they have would be seen as unusual and unsupported and rather absurd. What an individual strives to do is what they should do, and they need to take the risk for what they want to do and what they truly enjoy. So proud to propose. In this debate, 3 courses of action that needs to be taken. Number 1, setup and characterization. Number 2, presentation of our arguments and their strongest push toward it. And number 3, pre-clarifications and clashes. But before moving on to my setup, I would like to make an emphasis on the point that this debate's most important questions that needs to be answered are the following. A, which side leads to a more beneficial world to the person or individual to have a more stable and happier life? And B, what job in the process would be more pleasant to deal with and why? So this stated, our speeches would provide an analysis aligned on this. So some definitions. By encouraging, we are saying that to spend a lot of money or effort that goes into it and the time spent on it. We'd like to make it clear that we are not banning the jobs with stable incomes, but we are supporting it. We're supporting the people to follow their dreams instead. So by a dream job, we are saying jobs that include something that a person enjoys. For example, if one loves art, then they could be an artist. If one loves music, they might be a musician, or as such. So we would like to highlight the point that stable jobs may also be a dream job, making a win-win situation for us. Let's move on to some characterization and contextualization. The arts and entertainment industry provides us with not only a lot of money, if not trillions, but gives the world an opportunity to grow as a whole and evolve into becoming a more creative and wonderful in a different way. In the status quo, people are revolving around the idea that arts are important, and many schools and universities are going around this too. And the people are driving their dreams onward towards the success in this way. The opposition is trying to stop them from doing so. There's no point in doing so. Why stop a good development that provides us with positive outcomes and inhibit them to prioritize happiness? Shouldn't happiness be valued over money? So let's look at an example. Although a doctor may be beneficial for our society, to our medical department, we are aware that we are not stopping this from happening. And in fact, in a lot of Asian countries, the narrative, or rather the social norm, of becoming a doctor is rather criticized than supported, yet is going on for many years, making a less diverse community. This shows rather an explanation and analysis on why trying to become a more stable income worker is less important than the foundation of happiness as it is the key to making money. This leads to my first argument on how less diversity would show upon the other side, and social downfall between this perspective would collapse, making culture not a thing, and everyone being the same person, limiting them from embracing thoughts or standing out. Let's look at an example of Ronaldo. He is one of the most successful football players in the world, and throughout his this came through practice, inspiration. But one of the most important factors of this was his ability to follow his dreams, although there was hard times. If he grew up in an Asian country with an encouragement of stable income jobs, yes, please.
As for your example, I believe that this is example is
over time. His ability, as this house, the community encourages the stable jobs such as doctors, lawyers, or teachers. These are just options that could be most easily replaced by AI when our side cannot, as social interaction is important, making the loss of jobs for the opposition side. So some analysis. Too many people in the stable income jobs lead to an overflow of people, which is problematic because it leads to less diversity, as explained. And job status is not everything. It is just a little bit, and jobs last for a longer time. Why not just do something you're passionate about from the beginning? And this is why I'm so proud to propose. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much for your speech. Welcoming Leader of Opposition when you're ready.
Okay, I prefer POS verbally, and my speech will start in 3, 2, 1. Josh, imagine building a future where your career not only provides you with financial security, but also makes a lasting impact on society. Well, the idea of becoming a famous YouTuber or a star athlete might sound exciting, but the reality is that pursuing a stable traditional jobs can offer more long-term benefits, security, and opportunities for personal growth. Hello, my name is Chris. I'm the opposition leader, and in my speech, I'll be giving some of definitions from outside. I'll be talking some of the rebuttals and arguments too. First, I like to give some definitions from outside. Dream job is a career that someone is passionate about and dreams of pursuing, often involving creativity, fame, or personal interest. For example, YouTuber, actor, or athlete. And a stable job is a career that typically offers a financial security, predictable income, and long-term stability, such as professions in medicine, law, or education. These jobs generally considered less risky and provide steady career progression. Now, moving on to my rebuttal. My opponent claimed that we are stopping positive outcomes, and we are letting the children not having their dream come true, and they won't have like creativity and stuff. But this is actually opposite. First, if it's not actually beneficial for their long term. First, if they're overconfident about thinking about their dreams will come true, as their example I said, for example, Ronaldo, he is a super talent. He's a no, he's a super talented a player that is very talented, and other good players but are not talented. They can't become a dream. They can't get a dream job, and when they don't get a dream job, they don't have other options for getting more stable and more security job. Yes.
Now what are you going to do if that you in your world the financial person wants to actually be entertained, and if they're going to be entertained with sports and TV shows, who is going to do that show?
Like there might be we're saying that there might be a lot of people that are passionate about doing their dream jobs, but in our team we're talking about they should first find a more stable job and then choose when they're like older or when they're like more mature to choose, because when they're young, if they're encouraged to do a dream job, they might like when they grow up, when they don't have actually the option to do a dream job, they might don't have an opportunity or a more stable job or more secure job that they can work on, and they can have a more stable income. Therefore, the argument does not stand. Now, I like to state my claim. My claim is that students should be encouraged to pursue stable traditional careers rather than chasing uncertain dream jobs, as these provide long-term security, stability, and a broader impact on society. Reason one is that pursuing a stable job like a doctor, lawyer, or teacher offers long-term financial security. Dream jobs such as becoming a YouTuber or an athlete or actress often come with no guarantees and may not provide a steady income. Encouraging students to aim for more stable careers ensures they have a more reliable income and can support themselves and their families when they grow up and avoid the stress of financial instability. Second reason, stable careers contribute directly to the well-being and development of society. Teachers educate future generations, doctors provide healthcare, and lawyers ensure justice. If these jobs are not filled when they are when they develop and there are no more like doctors, then it could be a problem for the society, which we need doctors every day to provide healthcare. If there are no child ready to do this, this is a problem. So in conclusion, we think in our side we should judge should support the opposition side. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much for your speech. A reminder that I'm not taking notes after 4 minutes 30, so you should wrap up then. Welcoming Deputy Prime Minister to continue our debate. Thank you.
Okay, did you mute? Okay. Am I audible? Wait, can I have a timer? I'll start my speech in 3, 2, 1. Judge, in my speech in today's debate, I will give 4 alert responses to the opposing team. But before I rebut and defend our cases, I will first extend to the PM. First, they have said that it will create a lack of diversity, and this will create very diverse jobs, such as being an actor to be very rare and not achievable, creating a society where the economy is severely worse, as it is more likely that these types of jobs contribute to the economy. And now I will defend our case. And yes, they have stated that it's not likely that they might not be able to get the dream job. However, we believe that this is an opportunity for them to learn about perseverance, and just because they failed that time doesn't mean that they can't try again. And we believe that if they truly want that job, they will keep trying harder and harder until they get that dream job. And now I will rebut to the previous speaker. And the previous speaker has said that financially stable jobs will help them in the long term, such as a doctor. However, this is completely wrong, as they assume that if you have a financially stable job plan in the future, it doesn't mean that you're automatically going to get that job or you're going to be good at it, and there's no guarantee of success even in their world. And this kind of helps our side, as these children are more likely to. Yes.
Well, comparing the risk of stable jobs, getting a stable job, or comparing a risk for an unstable job or a dream job, the risk of getting a stable job is higher than getting a dream job. So, what do you think about this?
Well, I believe that you're just as likely to not get a financially stable job as a dream job, and I think it's more likely for you to get a dream job as you're more motivated to keep doing that job. You're more motivated to do it, and therefore I answered the POI. And now I'll present our team's final argument of freedom of choice. Currently in our society, there's a lot of freedom of the future, what you can do in our society. However, the opponents want to erase this. A person's job or life shouldn't be paved around in front of them. They are who they choose to be, and nobody should be able to decide for them. And while the opposing team might say that we're not banning diverse jobs, discouraging at an early age is more likely to not make the children pursue their dream jobs, as at an early age children are very gullible and usually follow the orders made by their parents, and as such it will create a lack of diversity in jobs. For example, let's say that the opponent's plan came out and everybody just pursued their financially stable jobs. If singers such as Taylor Swift never followed their passion of singing, then the economy would be severely worse, as the entertainment industry trillions of dollars in income, which benefit the economy by a lot. And for example, Judge, our plan in this motion will create a world where people can choose who they want to be and can choose freely about how they can live their lives, and will create a society where their dream jobs will benefit society more than a financially stable job. And as such, what have I shown you in my speech? Well, first I've extended and defended our case made by the flimsy points made by the opponents, and I have successfully rebutted to the untrue and false claims made by the opponents, and presented our team's final argument. And as such, I am very proud to propose. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much for your speech. Welcoming Deputy Leader of the Opposition to continue.
So if the judge is ready, opponent is ready, my time will start in 3, 2, 1. So first, as the Deputy Prime Minister of the opposition, I will do rebuttal, rebuilding, then the last argument of our side. First, the rebuttal and rebuilding. Our opponents argue that students should be free to follow their passions, even if those paths are uncertain. And Judge, while we agree that pursuing passion is important, we contend that students need a solid foundation for long-term success while stable careers provided. They claim that failure can be overcome through passion, but this ignores the financial strain and instability that often come with these jobs. Stable careers such as teaching or law provide students with financial security and career development that give them the tools to succeed in long term. And Judge, I want to clarify something. We are not stopping the students from following their dreams, but we are advocating for a strategic, well-informed choice that sets them up for sustainable success. Now, on to our claim. My claim is we believe that encouraging students to pursue stable traditional careers provide them with the necessary foundation for long-term success. And now onto the reasoning and logical mechanism. The mechanism behind this is simple, Judge. Stable careers like teaching, law, or healthcare are structured in a way that allows students to grow professionally, personally, and financially. Project. And when students are in this field, not only they acquire technical expertise, but also develop crucial soft skills such as problem solving, adaptability, and resilience. And these are skills that are vital for thriving in the long term, no matter what challenges come their way. For example, professional and stable careers like doctors or teachers are often required to continue learning and adapt new circumstances, which make them better equipped to deal with uncertainty. And this growth is less reliant on luck and more on continuous improvement within a framework that provides them with mentorship and financial stability. In contrast, dream jobs as YouTubers or artists often don't have the same level of structured growth. And when people want to be YouTubers or artists, they simply do not see the people around the world, because all they want is they see their own talent, but then when they see other people, it's very hard. But in dream jobs, like the process of getting to your own dream job, like auditioning for like this job, can let you meet a lot of people and let you have the experience. And many people in those fields struggle with this instability, risking burnout and failure without a clear path to recovery if they want to be a YouTuber or artist. And also, excuse me.
Don't you think that the foundation of doing good in your job is happiness?
Well, like even though they may have happiness, but like the happiness will gradually like decrease if they keep going on failure because their dreams are extremely hard, like YouTube and things. And now I'll move on. Also, support the argument. Study of teachers, doctors, and other professional and stable careers show that they tend to have lower levels of stress and greater overall satisfaction with their work. This satisfaction often leads to better performance, longer careers, and more fulfilling lives. Additionally, from a career development expert shows that structured career path provide a sense of purpose, which help professionals maintain their long-term motivation and success. And the impact is by encouraging students to pursue stable careers, we are equipping them with success. These careers provide financial security and stability necessary for the students to focus on the building skills that will allow them to thrive long term. Instead of students going into careers that might leave them without support system, we provide them with a platform to build a strong foundation for the future. This ensures they can achieve their goal while maintaining a sense of security and purpose, which we believe is the key to fulfilling successful life. Now onto the pre and rebuttal. Now I know apprentices might say that to students follow their passion, even if they feel they should try again. They might argue that freedom is a chase, a dream, and that's what matters most. But we believe that true freedom lies in making well-informed strategic decisions. And when students pursue stable careers, they are not abandoning their dreams. They're setting themselves for a sustainable and successful future. Encouraging them to follow careers that provide them with a solid foundation is actually a long-term investment in their growth. So, as we are never so proud to be an opposition ballot.
Great. Thank you so much for your speech. Welcoming Government Whip to continue.
Assuming that I'm audible, I would like to start my speech in 3, 2, 1. Judge, in today's debate, I'm going to present two classes, which is first, freedom of choice versus stable income. And second, is this truly a debate? Now, Judge, before going on to my classes right away, I would like to rebut to what the Deputy Leader of Opposition said. Now, Judge, the DLO said that in their world, they're able to give financial stability to citizens. However, Judge, this is clearly wrong because as our Deputy Prime Minister already mentioned, even if they do have financial stability, what is actually going to be beneficial? Like, if you don't really have entertainment and you don't really have anything fun, then what's the point of having financial stability? And therefore, this argument does not stand out of order. To continue my speech, our first question, freedom of choice versus stable income. Now, Judge, the opposition claims that stable income is more beneficial because they will be able to have the life in the future as known as long-term benefits. However, Judge, we the proposition believes that all of the things that the opposition said is true. However, Judge, even if this is true, do you want to live a life not knowing your full potential to other jobs and just living a life you don't go to work with any incentive except for money? No. And Judge, this is very important because first, even if you have a stable income, there this means that you will like the job. Like, this doesn't mean that you will like the job and also enjoy it, which is the foundation of doing good in your jobs. Now, I will give you an example, Judge. Judge, will you prefer a stable job you don't like or an unstable job you really like? Now,
Again.
on how you think. But the real thing is that the results would depend. However, Judge, if you take out the stable part, do you think there is literally you're going to pick the stable side? No, this is because there's literally no benefit in that job except for the fact that you can be stable financially. Now, this is very important because in our world, um, this is a completely different story. I would like to get the POI.
Okay, so as you have said, you have stated that stable job cannot be interested, and it have not as much benefits as dream jobs. But actually, stable job is the job that is stable. It doesn't mean that people don't have interest in it.
My speech. Their POI does not stand at all because even if you have a stable job, as I mentioned before, like what's the point of actually having a stable job if you this can have also happen in our world and also in financial stability. Now, to continue my speech, in our world, we are able to find happiness in jobs, and this happiness you can't buy with money. And instead of doing and also do good to your jobs. However, Judge, even if the opposition says that money leads to happiness, Judge, do you think the amount is same? Also, even if the amount is same, we believe that in this case, a stable job does not have any benefit because you use all the money of happiness, and what's the point of having a stable job? Also, this happiness, and also to add on, the criteria this happiness would not happen in their role because nobody is actually doing their dream job, such as YouTubers and etc., which does not lead to happiness, for such as Mr. Beast. Now, to add on, the criteria in today's debate is that which jobs do better and more beneficial to the people. Now, Judge, our policy does much better job in that, and therefore this clash clearly comes to the proposition. Now, Judge, is this true the debate? The opposition lost when they didn't rebut and continued their arguments and stuff like that. And so and therefore I'm proud to propose. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much for that speech. And now welcoming Op Whip to conclude the substantive side of the debate.
Okay, am I audible? Okay, so judges ready, opponents ready, my time starts now. So, hello everyone, hello Judge, my name is Shuran, and as the third opposition speaker, I strongly oppose the motion. That we should encourage students to follow their dream job instead of a job with a stable income. I will be doing it rebuilding and clashes, then rebuttal of our sides. First, the rebuilding and clashes. Our team had claimed about that believes that children should be encouraged to pursue stable, traditional careers rather than chasing uncertain dream jobs, as these provide long-term security, stability, and a broader impact on society. Second, encouraging stable careers offers students a foundation for long-term security financial independence and future career flexibility, and lots of benefits of stable income jobs. My opponent attempted to rebut this by saying that to have it can do something passionate about to have better lives, job contribute to the economy, or stable jobs have no benefits.
Point of information.
What?
Point of information.
Yes.
So, do you have a solution for dismantling discriminations about stand-up jobs or job status?
Excuse me?
Do you have a solution for dismantling discriminations about stand-up jobs or job discrimination or status?
About job discrimination. Okay, so actually, if your team have even understand about the topic, because this topic is only about choosing the job by standable jobs and like dream jobs. But however, job discrimination can both be in both standable jobs and dream jobs. And moving on. My opponent attempted to rebut this by saying this is wrong. However, this rebuttal was not enough because, first, financially understandably, in considering earnings, jobs like being a YouTuber don't have a steady income. The money YouTubers get from the ads can change a lot. It depends on things that how YouTubers' rules work. If there's enough ads and what viewers do, these jobs contain high risks, like having a cyberbullied or forced out of the internet. A study by Influencer Marketing Cup found out about 95% of YouTubers make less than $100 a month from just ads. Many small, medium-sized channels can't make about 60,000 a year. The barrier of labor status. This shows that being a YouTuber isn't as stable as being a teacher and when it's come to money. Second, lack of transfer for skills in some dream jobs. A study by NCCAA. Yes?
So since your people are so financially stable and rich, we're going to use the money.
A stable job's income is to let a person to live on and live its own life. So this question does not stand. Before moving on to my rebuttal, opposition side claimed that about diversity jobs, stable jobs had no joy or anything, something else, and so on. However, this is actually the opposite. High stress and mental health issues, instant competition, induced stress. This acting world is very competitive. There are so many people who want to be actors, but there are only a few acting jobs. This means actors are getting rejected a lot, and it really hurts their feelings to make them feel bad. Second, essential service shortages. A society disproportionately chase glamorous jobs could face shortages in critical fields like healthcare, education, and infrastructure. The U.S. already projects a shortage of 124,000 physicians by 2034. According children always from stable essential careers exaggerate such as gaps. Nowadays, too many people want to follow their dream job. As a result, other important sectors like education and healthcare are short of good workers. Therefore, my opponent's argument does not stand. Judge, think about the different risks or unfair treatment children will face. Please vote for opposition side. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much for your speech. Now welcoming the op reply speaker to continue.
So if the judge is ready, opponent is ready, my time will start in 3, 2, 1. So as we conclude this debate, I want to highlight why we are the side that truly brings a balanced, practical approach for the long-term well-being of students. First, Judge, let's address the opponent's claim that students should follow their dream job. While this may seem appealing in the theory, the proposition actually fails to acknowledge the risks that come to pursuing unstable careers. They gloss over the harsh reality that dream careers like a YouTuber or an athlete or artist come with uncertainty and financial instability. We are not denying that students have passions. We are actually advocating for a strategy and ensures the passions do not lead to disastrous consequence. It is a practical, responsible approach to success that we are proposing, not the blind pursuit of uncertain paths that the proposition suggests. And as I said, the mechanism behind our argument is that students need a safety net. We propose that students should be first to be encouraged at the pursuit table, traditionally careers which provide the security nets to sustain their livelihoods. And with a solid financial base, students are actually free to explore their passions without the looming threat of financial failure. Without the students who fail in their dream careers will left vulnerable, often no way to recover. And the proposition doesn't explain how the students will get back on track if their dreams don't pan out. And this is a critical flaw in the case. They provide no solution for those who fail and make it in a high-risk field. Additionally, the opponent's argument assumes that everyone has the same capacity to succeed in this uncertain job. The reality is that all students have the same resources or abilities to make unpredictable careers. We acknowledge that passion is important, but we understand that security is the fundamental lead. And the proposition fails to explain how their model addresses the wide range of student needs. And some students need structure, others need flexibility, but all students need financial security in the long run. So our side accounts for that reality. Now, let's address their claim that we are restricting children's freedom of choice. This is a misunderstanding of position. We are not forcing students to abandon their dreams. Rather, we are encouraging them to make informed decisions. We want the student to be able to pursue their passions while also have a solid foundation to build on. This way, they're not in a risk of financial instability. By pursuing stable careers first, they can gain the freedom to explore without the constant worry about survival in the long term. Finally, the proposition fails to address the long-term consequences of their position. They only present the immediate appeal of a falling dream job, but they do not account for the long-term impact of these financial instability. We have already seen the consequences of uncertain careers. Many individuals who fail in their dream jobs face long-term economic hardship and regret, and we are offering a long-term plan for student success, one that can combine passion and security in a sustainable way. In this case, we believe we win the debate by this and a win-win case. And so, Judge, in conclusion, we are not limiting students' dreams. We provide them with the tools to pursue them successfully. We recognize the risk of unstable careers and propose a sustainable path forward that ensures students thrive in the long term. And the proposition case does not account for these practical realities of life. And so, in conclusion, we are not even prouder to support a opposition ballot.
Fantastic, thank you so much. And now welcoming our proposition reply speaker to conclude our debate.
Later.
I would like to start my speech in 3, 2, 1. Good afternoon, esteemed judges and fellow debaters. Judge, let's be charitable. Side government clearly won today's debate because, as the Prime Minister stated, encouraging students to follow their dream jobs can lead to more diversity in the society. This argument clearly stands because of 2 reasons. A, students are likely to succeed in the field because they prefer to do it. B, the society needs more diversity of jobs, and therefore educating them is good to dismantle the discrimination of stand-up jobs. Judge, this is exactly what we are debating for. Encouraging students to have a job with a stable income, such as lawyer or doctors, is why there are so much discrimination or job status and stand-up jobs. This is the point where the Deputy Prime Minister extended on. His argument on freedom of choice relates directly to the point previously claimed, because by giving students freedom of choice, these discriminations can slowly dismantle. Job discrimination creates disrespect towards people who do not have jobs that are deemed as stand-up jobs. Side opposition's take on this argument was that being overconfident about their dream coming true is bad. However, as the Deputy Prime Minister stated, jobs with stable incomes aren't also guaranteed for students to achieve. It creates an unstable society where everyone is striving to achieve same jobs and they don't know what they perceive themselves as. Side opposition's best case argument was on how encouraging students to have a stable job can lead to developed society. However, as the government whip claimed, unlike our world, a world where careers students are striving for is clear. Their world is a world where students are unsure of their identity, and if they fail, they have nowhere to go. Or nothing to strive for. This is why way more painful than the points made by the DLO about how students who decided to follow in their dream jobs experience when looking at people who have jobs who have stable jobs, because at least in our world, students have experienced their potential, unlike their world, where people who fail to achieve jobs with stable incomes live a miserable life, and therefore it's uncomparable. To the point of information on the opposition whip about job status was clearly not off topic, because the encouragement to take stable jobs tells children it's good, and that is why there is so much discrimination of job status inside opposition fails to provide a solution for this issue. To add on, OP stated that 95% of something and data was reported in the whip speech. This is evidence that they use the internet. Judge cite opposition fails to provide alternatives for issues and doesn't directly rebut to points made by our speakers from our side. By utilizing both sides' best and worst case arguments and comparing them, I've logically approached why our team has clearly won today's debate. Thank you.
Great. Congratulations, everyone, on concluding your grand final debate. I think if